Last time on Find Love or Die Trying. Pigeon zombies everywhere. Ah! Morning, Piscroodle. Yui.
Hey there, Piscroodle.
How's the big bee doing?
He ran out in a hurry and I was trying to catch up. Do you have time to stay to hang out?
And so we walked together onto the beach and started fishing side by side.
I'm not much for crazy activities like skydiving or shopping trips.
Want to see who can catch some more fish? Yui was a natural. She was catching fish left and right. I never ended up catching a single one.
I really would live for love. That's what I've always wanted. What if you picked me, and the second we leave this island, you realize that I can't give you the life you deserve, and you start to hate me? Would just me be enough?
Of course you'd be enough, Yui. You pulled me in close and kissed me.
I just can't hold myself back anymore, Piscroodle. Let's make up for lost time, Piscroodle.
Cat was at a table, writing something down in a frantic pace. Hey Cat, what's up?
I didn't see you there.
You look just like someone who just realized I was dead meat.
Somebody's dead meat, but it's not you. I'm just fixing that some of the balance sheets Teal was working on. Sit down. I'll be stuck here for a while anyway. So how today's day with Yui go?
Yui's the most wonderful woman in the whole world.
We're going to have to edit that. Anyway, you've done great till now. You just have to get through one more day, and you'll be able to finally leave this place.
And you'll tell me what my old life was like?
Of course.
The time is the rhyme. And the rhyme is now. Welcome to episode 15.
I was planning to do that for a little bit longer, but that's okay. Hello, how are we doing? Hello, the time is right, the mood is tight, and I'm ready for a fight. I don't know, I just thought of that after I had dinner. I just had dinner. So, the poop is churning, the throat is making really weird noises, but that's okay, we're gonna go through it, because, like I said, the time is right, the mood is tight, and, getting ready to fuck, I guess. Anyway, while I leave you in suspense on why we woke up with Yui in my arms, or whatever, I'm going to clean up my glasses a little bit, because things are looking a little bit foggy. How are you doing? I'm hoping to get this done today. This might be the finale. Well, this probably won't be. The episode... Holy fuck, dude. I'm realizing, oh, this is tense. Anyway. I woke up with Yui in my arms. I haven't actually closed the glasses case. Anyway. We stayed up late last night, going for an unforgettable walk in the woods together. She was still fast asleep, and holding on to me so tightly. She looked at peace. I ran my hand through her chestnut hair. Wow, I've never heard somebody's hair be described as chestnut. Sorry, I'm moving the microphone, please don't hate me.
I love you, Piscroodle.
She hugged me a little tighter. I couldn't move! Ah! But hell, I didn't want to. Who would? The morning flew by, and it couldn't have been any better. I'm scared.
If you told me this would happen all those years ago, I'd have laughed. But I'm sorry. So glad it's happened. The happiest I've ever been. Though it'd be perfect if it wasn't here.
What do you mean? God damn it.
I know you have to go on a date with someone else today.
Yeah, sorry about that, Yui.
That's okay. After you told me how you felt, I'm feeling secure. Even if you have to date someone else. Don't have too much fun, though.
I kissed her on her forehead. I'll see you later, Yui.
Come back soon.
Okay. Oh, Damien, holy fuck you! You're running out of time, Kit Kat. Why this music for this moment?
It's going to be fine, just watch.
Good morning, Cat.
Morning, Piscroodle. How'd you sleep?
Pretty well, thanks. You bet you did! That bet is worth more than your life!
That reminds me. Why can't the staff have some kind of beds as... Why can't the staff have the same kind of bed Piscroodle has?
Do I look like I'm made of money? You literally own this island! If I give the staff beds, the next thing they'd ask for is minimum wage. No thanks. He walked away. So how about that 5-year plan, huh?
Maybe the brothers were onto something with this whole accounting thing. Anyway, it's time for your last date with your last soulmate candidate, Violet. You ready? It's time to make or break.
I'm ready as I'll ever be, Cat. Then without further ado, lights, camera, don't get yourself killed. That's a good one, thanks, Cat. Oh no, I wasn't prepared. I have to do this voice. It hit me. Oh no. I found Violet in the same place I met her. She was taking out a fresh batch of cookies from the oven. Morning, Violet. I slid next to her and grabbed one of the cookies in a smooth motion. You hitting us with new music on the final day? I appreciate it though. Ow! Hot! I flung the cookie into my mouth anyway. What's the pain? Damn, that was delicious. Wait a moment, you silly goose! You never fail to make me laugh, Miss Scruto. I quite admire that. I did a mocking bow with my arms behind my back and put on my best fancy accent. The pleasure's all mine, milady. Stop you! I wolfed down another cookie. Hell yeah. My voice. No, we can't start with this. It's going to... Then the next episode, if there is a next episode, is going to be so much worse. Anyway. You do know those are for sharing with everyone, right? I'm part of everyone. What's the problem here? We laughed together at the bit we were performing. Oh, that reminds me, Pascrudel. What's up, Violet? It's come to my attention that this show will be ending quite soon. Yeah, it is. Oh, do cheer up, please. I don't intend to feel sorry for myself. Instead, I want to use the time we have left here to do something I've always longed to do. And what's that? What I want is to go on a date. The kind that normal people go on. The kind that I've only read about. Having a picnic, watching a movie at the theatre, long walks on the beach, even something crazy like a paint night. And then we can watch the sunset go down together, and it'd be so romantic. Her enthusiasm was adorable. She was practically bouncing around the room like a ping pong ball. Boing boing. Anyway. Tried it. That's not how a ping pong sounds, but I can't. I'm not a... What is the... I'm not a Foley artist or whatever, I don't know. And that's what that... I'm sure that's the profession. I think we can make that happen. Can we now? Which one? Why not all of them? She's got the most beautiful smile. Damn. Really? You've got to be kidding me. You can count on me, Violet. I'll make it happen. Yay! She did a little cheer and dance. Gosh, I can't stop smiling. Look at her. Anyway, that said, I have no idea what to do. I guess it'll be touch and go. It wouldn't be fair if you figured out everything. Let me handle the picnic. She pulled out a basket from behind her. Where did you get that? Care to join me in the lovely outdoors? I wouldn't miss it for the world, Violet. Oh, that was a slow fight. Oh, hello. Ah, you look like a... Yeah. This... Okay, so, here's the thing. Okay, so this one... She looks... It's somewhere in between, like, the Violet sprite, the Violet cookie wall drawing, and then this one. It's somewhere in between in the worlds of does it look like the sprite? Well, it's like... We're getting much better. This is a big improvement. It looks a lot more like Violet than the other one does. Anyway... We walked outside for a while, then settled on a lovely spot with a nice mix of shade and sunlight for our picnic. The way her silver hair caught the sunlight, it was enough to make you believe in angels. She was so beautiful. Dig in! I've brought plenty. Don't hold yourself back. I've got to be the luckiest person alive. Save that talk for after you try this. I'm letting you have the first bite. Sorry, I'm fiddling with the what? Trying to this tape on my desk that's just here, and it's been here for years, and I don't remember why I put it there. Anyway, should I be worried? I smiled as she mock-pouted. Just kidding. She laughed and smiled as she spoon-fed me the delicious egg roll. I don't know if I've ever had an egg roll. Called it! I'm the luckiest person alive. Not just because the food's delicious, but because you're here next to me, Violet. You've made this week so special. I feel the same way, Pascrudel. It's hilarious. This is just fucking back and and there is more where that came from. You're absolutely right. I've got something prepared for just the two of us next. Did I read that correctly? Do you owe me one, Pascrudel? Well, we enjoyed the delicious food and the conversation for the rest of the afternoon. I was going to be like, oh yeah, I could make that happen. When Pascrudel said that, I was going to be like, oh, you mean Cat can make that happen? But I was wondering maybe they would comment on that in the word of no text in this realm. We walked back to the mansion hand in hand, smiling all the while. Why are we going into the games room? Oh. Next stop, the only movie theater on the island. I didn't know we had a room like this in the mansion. I'm not surprised. Tara's pretty territorial about this room, from what I've seen and heard. Right now, it's our very own private movie theater. I did a little jazz hands at the TV. Is it a smart TV? Is it gonna open? Violet clapped as if I had just put on the performance of a lifetime. I said performance, didn't I? I made a dramatic bow, then took a look at what movies we had in store. Let's see, we have rom-coms, fantasy, medieval movies, war movies, a few superhero movies, and last but not least a horror movie. I'll put in a rom-com. For what the rom-com? I'll put in a rom-com. From what Violet was saying earlier, this would definitely be her favourite. I was thinking the same thing. I started the movie, then went back to sat next to Violet with my arm around her. The story was about a girl who moved to a place called New York, so fantastical, to become a writer. Falls in love with the boy she meets there, and eventually realizes her dream and her love. It wasn't anything special, but Violet was thoroughly entranced in the whole movie. Me, I was more entranced by her. After the credits rolled, Violet practically burst into tears. This was the best movie I've ever seen in my whole life! My whole life! Then how about it? We take the scene you liked from the movie and turn it into a painting. Oh my gosh, you didn't! Just wait right here for a second. Okay. I had no idea where to find art supplies, but I knew if there was anyone who could, it was Kat. Kat, I think you know the stitch. Shit, not the stitch. I think you know the sitch. I love sitch. Anyway, I love saying sitch. Dude, I say sitch so much, but Scroodle, you really get me. You got some nerve putting this together at the last minute, but I like that about you. 4 set up everything they need for a paint night in the main hall of the mansion. Stat! Sorry, I broke character a bit to laugh at her shit. Just her getting it is just, you know, it's not like she just orders the others. Yeah, anyway. Oh man, I just finished my shift! Even better, you got free time for this. And so we started painting on canvases in the main hall. I think I'll paint a picture of Violet and I watching the movie together, or a scene from... I would want to draw paint a scene from the movie, but with Violet and Scroodle, like, in place of the characters. That's what my thought is. Also, I'm fiddling a lot just because I'm excited, I guess. I don't know. What did I say? A scene you liked and turn into a painting, so... They seem to like that idea. I'm gonna stick with what Scroodle said before. A scene from the movie. There's too many to pick from. Which scene are you painting, Piscrutle? I haven't decided yet. How about you? I'm drawing the scene where the girl runs out in the rain to tell the boy that she loves her. It was just so romantic. She sighed like a love-struck teenager. Teenager? I said that correctly, did I? Teenager? What the fuck's a teenager? They're just a teenager. But I'm saying teenager. Or some shit. I could tell she was putting her whole heart into her painting. You captured the scene perfectly. As for me, let's just say I was more focused on making the people have the right number of heads, and was working from there. Okay, that's fair. An hour or so later, we finished and compared our final artworks. She's an incredibly talented artist. Me, not so much. That was embarrassing, but man, was it worth it. It was worth it to just see her smile and break into laughter. It was worth it just to see her smile and break into laughter. Her laughter was interrupted by a gurgle from her stomach. Mother would punish me for the sure if she had heard me make that sound. But who cares now? Violet was unstoppable at this point. Is it time for dinner? Is it time for dinner? I'm sorry, I just had something stuck in my throat. I do believe it is. Here we are, back here. Here we are, back here. Here we are, back here. Bow, 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 bow. I volunteered to cook, but she wanted to go back to the restaurant that we weren't on our first date, so we did. Apparently she was trying too hard to be prim and proper back then, and didn't actually get to eat as much as she wanted. She ate up a storm, almost literally. Almost. We spent dinner wolfing down delicious food without a care in the world, and laughing about scenes in the movie and our little artsy adventure. And finally, we went for a long-awaited walk on the beach. We held hands as we walked along the ocean. The waves of the ocean seemed to play music for us as we skirted by. At times, we talked without end. At other times, we enjoyed each other's company and walked in silence. Either way, we were happy as can be. We talked about how the past, the present, and future was so different than before because of each other. You know, Prescrutu, if you asked me to marry you right now, without a doubt, I'd accept. I know it sounds crazy to say that in such a short period of time, but I just know. She kissed me passionately, with everything she had. We fell together onto the soft sand of the beach. Not again. Will you marry me, Violet? What the heck? Okay, not to break the mood, is watching from the bushes, she's gonna jump out and stab one of us. Anyway. I looked at her and saw the most beautiful smile from the most beautiful girl there was. I know the final ceremony is tomorrow, but I want you to know how I feel. A moment passed. It felt like my heart was trapped in my throat. Of course! I know what I said, Prescrutu. And then I saw something I'd never seen before, and would never see again. I'm scared. Here we go. The sky outside rapidly turned from bright blue to black, as if it were water being drowned in the darkest ink. Then the bright sun in the sky went out, like a candle in the wind. As the warmth of the beach sand disappeared in an instant, so we don't get a choice, really. Please collect the... You called it, Typhoon! Sorry to break things again. Some kind of experiment going on. Please collect the cast. The experiment is complete. The last thing I saw was Violet screaming as shadowy fingers grabbed her from behind. A second later, and I couldn't even see my hands reaching for Violet's, desperately trying to pull her back to me. Then I felt somebody grab me from behind. No, not somebody. There must have been several people. They forced me to the ground and cuffed me behind my back. I screamed, but there was no sound. I couldn't hear anything, not even the sound of the waves. I tried to fight, but there was no way out. I screamed for Violet, heard her run as far as she could, but I heard no response. Then, nothing. I woke up on an operating table, the kind you'd see in a nightmare. My first instinct was to get up and get off as fast as possible. Fuck! My first instinct was to get up and get off it as fast as possible, but my neck, hands, and legs were cuffed and pinned down in thick metal braces. I tried to force myself out with all my strength, but the braces didn't so much as budge. Morning, Prescrutu. What's going on, Cat? Get me out of here! I'm afraid I can't do that. And honestly, I'm getting tired of explaining why. Let's just speed this along, shall we? What are you talking about? She placed some kind of helmet on my head. I tried to avoid it, but the brace around my neck made it impossible to maneuver. Please, Cat, don't do this! I could hear the hum of a massive generator turning on behind me. She raised her hand, revealing a trigger switch with a single red button. See you soon, Prescrutu. She pressed it. The curtain closes. You're taking your bow. And when you lift your head, I can see you clearly, for the first time. It's you. The one I'd been waiting all this time to see. The one who made me dream of a life together far from this island. You've been right by me all this time. Tomorrow's the day, Prescrutu. You nervous? Who wouldn't be? You've got a point. She reached out for my hand and held it tightly. You okay? You sure we should be doing this? I don't want you to be punished just because I want to get out of here. Hey, Cat. We've always been a team, you and me. No matter what, we're in this together. Thanks, Prescrutu. How did things come to this? The escape failed. I've been surrounded, beaten, shot, betrayed. The love of my life. She shot me. I'm bleeding out rapidly. I try my best to slow the bleeding, but it's no use. What did you do to her? I choke out every last word. I didn't do anything. I didn't have to. You were too busy making hard eyes at Cat here to see where true loyalties lied. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Prescrutu, but it's true. I don't understand. Why don't you tell him, dear? Damien is my father.
I knew you were planning something the moment you came to this island. But you didn't trust me enough to tell me what exactly it was. So I became close to you, and told you just what you wanted to hear. And then you told me everything I needed to know. As soon as you told me your plan, there was no way you were ever going to escape from this island. Why are you saying this?
Now that's my girl. You really are my daughter. Why? I love that look in your face, Bescroodle. You know, you've got an expression that would be perfect for my next show. And it just so happens we've got an opening just for you.
It's no use. I've lost too much blood.
The world turned dark. This is the end. Keep them alive. Bescroodle. You might think I'm showing you mercy, but believe me, by the end of this, you're going to wish that I just let Cat kill you.
Why? Why, Cat? Why would you? I barely have time to breathe before the waves pull me under once more.